know, 504 and Love First TV, Summer Jam 2022 headliner. Boom! Love First TV, you heard?
We have a special episode of the Love First podcast here in Harlem. It's your boy K to Don. We have Natica. We have a very, very special guest. He goes by the name, well, let's just say the champ is here. The champ is here. So make sure y'all like and subscribe because it's about to go crazy. Now, champ, how you doing today, man?
Easy like a Sunday morning, cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Okay, all right. You know about that cool side of the pillow? That's my favorite side, baby.
Me too, man. All through the night, I'm flipping it back and forth. You know?
For real. We're actually in Harlem, right?
Yes.
In a multimedia studio that you're running. Can you actually tell us about the studio?
Yeah, so this is a multimedia center that was built a few months ago, I say 4 to 6 months ago, with the specific aspirations to try to stop or quell down the gun violence in this neighborhood of East Harlem. So nothing like this exists in Harlem or downtown.
Oh, wow.
Manhattan. So we've been able to do a good job at that. We've had people, brothers and sisters come in who were, victims of society, essentially, and come here, record, do what they do, and stay out of trouble. And this is all spearheaded by we call him Chief Julio Medina.
Yeah.
Who did time as well, and he started the Exodus Transitional Community Program 20 plus years ago inside of prison.
Wow.
And he was able to bring this to fruition. Yeah,
I really want to dive into your story. Before we even get there, tell us about all the aspects for those that might think multimedia is a big word. Multimedia, what does that mean? So what is all included in the resources you have in this building?
All right, so in this building, specifically on the 4th floor, we have a lounge area, we have a podcast room, which is where we're at now. We have a green room, we have a master studio, we have a pre-production studio.
Yes.
All on one floor. And that's to make sure that content curators, musicians, producers, anyone you could think of that is just creative, they can come here and do everything in one whop.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? It's important.
Y'all need to pull up and let them know your Instagram real quick because they gotta follow you and find out what's up.
My Instagram is at hustlerealhard_82. Just as I said, it's how it's spelled.
Yes. And I love what you're doing as far as like the prison reform. And you actually said, you got a lot of business done and you were in prison. Kind of tell us about your story, what happened to what you was able to achieve of getting out, because you've been out for just a year now and you're doing all of this.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
Thank you. Yeah, I came home from doing a 7-year bid in New York State Prison last year in May, so a little over a year. But I always had like grand ideas in my head, even when I was incarcerated. And unfortunately, that wasn't my first bid. Like I did 3 other bids, and I did a juvenile bid. At one time when I was very young. So I spent more of my life in prison than in the street.
Wow.
Right, and there's a lot of people who are recidivists like myself, so I'm speaking to you guys, you ladies that are incarcerated. But when I was inside, the one thing that helped shift my perspective on things was education. I was able to get my bachelor's degree in liberal arts. So education was a big part of shifting my perspective. While I was in prison, I was the guy who wasn't afraid to come back to prison at any moment in order, because I just went by my own means to get what I wanted in the street. If somebody told me no, then I would say yes by going and handling my business in the street. Obviously, that's not the right way to go about things, right? But at the end of the day, I don't regret all of the pain, all of the trauma, the mental health issues that I went through and any other brother or sister went through in prison, because it led me to where I am now.
Shaped you,
Yeah, it shaped me. So once I was accepted into Bard College, and I started learning so many different things and different perspectives and learning critical analysis, it shaped my way of thinking into saying, okay, my mind is stronger than what I think it is. I can make things happen while I'm still in prison.
Yeah.
So I started creating. I started writing my 5-year plan, my 10-year plan, things of that nature.
Wow.
Yeah, and being able to also show other people in prison how they should go about it, because most of the brothers I was in there with already had a long time in, 20 years, 25 years. They're continuously getting what we say hit at the parole boards, you know, and hoping for appeals to get home, but they still need to be informed. They still need to learn.
Right.
Yeah. So it's people like myself and younger brothers who teach them. Yeah. And then they teach us, you know, in contrast as well. Yeah. So during my last bit is when I finally got it. Yeah. Essentially. And I was able to come home and understanding the power of my mind, like nobody could stop me. Like the world is my playground now.
Sure.
Because I mastered that. Now I got to master this.
Exactly.
You know?
And what I get two things from that, and I'm going to make sure you get the next question.
She's like, I want to jump in.
But I got
a question popped up, but anyway.
No, but two things I want to make sure, you know, the audience really gets from that. One, for anyone that just got out, because I know a few people, you know, and they're watching this and they're a fan of this, like, you can achieve a lot. From he's a living prime example of you can achieve a lot. To people that haven't been locked up, there's no excuses.
Exactly.
There's literally no excuse. I don't want to hear no excuses. Why you not doing what you got to do? Why you not making it and achieving your goals? Especially, like he said, what stood out to me was writing down the 5-year plan, writing down your 1-year plan. There's so many people they're not able to accomplish, but they've never even tried to write down a plan. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they're kind of lost and stuck with it. So that's just, I want the audience to get that from there. With that being said, I want to pass it to Natica.
Did you have a mentor in prison, or like when you got out, did you have a support system that like helped you? Oh man, I'm curious to know.
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. By that point of my prisonology, I didn't need a mentor in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like I was my own mentor. Like I said, again, education. No, and I had a great support system in the free world. Like, don't get that misconstrued. Like I had a woman, I had my grandmother, I had my moms, I had my brothers. Like I had people outside support me. So it's not like I was in there scrambling, trying to figure it out. And they were supporting me, like, pushing me, get your education, come out here with a degree, make a difference when you come out, you know, stuff like that. But as far as like a single mentor, like music was my mentor. That's what get us all through in prison.
Yeah. So who are you listening to?
Man, hold the God, man. Yo, literally, Jay-Z has a lyric for everything in life.
Yo, he really does.
Every single thing you ever go through in life, Jay-Z has a bar for it or whatever.
Yeah. What, like, how did you listen to music in prison? Like, what was it, like Walkmans,
so,
iPods?
Yeah, all right. So what happened is I was actually, the first time I went to prison was in 1996. Oh, wow. Right, as a juvenile. And I went to prison in 96, came home in 99, went to prison in 2000, came home 2003. Went to prison 2004, came home 2005. Went to prison 2000, the end of 2005, came back in 2012.
Wow.
Went to prison again in 2013, 14, no, excuse me. Came home in 2013, went back to prison in 2014, and came home in 2021. So I literally seen the transition of technology in prison from like back then to now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was Walkmans at one time, and then it transitioned to tablets.
Oh, wow.
So they have the JPay kiosk system in there. Yeah, so we're allowed to buy music. We're allowed to download it to our tablets. They gave us the tablets for free, but we spent hundreds of dollars on music, renting movies, sending out emails, getting videograms, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what I find interesting too when you talk about technology and just how adept you are on it, right? Behind the scenes, actually, shout out to Stacks, behind the scenes, Stacks Griller.
Shout out to Stacks. He did a bid too.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out to him. Yeah. He home doing the right thing.
And doing the right thing. Yeah. But we were actually talking about social media marketing and giving like some tips. And you actually mentioned, you know, like reels, right? When you got on Instagram, you did the reels and the algorithms and stuff like that. Like, how are you so adept, you know, with understanding, you know, coming out in social media algorithms when there's people that they got no idea about it?
Right. So the thing is, when I was already, like I said, technologically savvy.
Yeah.
savvy, whatever you
Yeah.
say.
Well,
And
Savvy.
savvy,
I like savvy better.
Savvy, all right.
Rico Savi.
So I, going to jail in 2014, I learned about Instagram, Facebook, all these different things. And when I came home, the next day after I came home, I put up a reel just speaking my truth, right? Just saying, I apologize. Because before I went to prison on my last bid, I was a personal trainer and I was like depended on by my community,
Wow.
right, in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So I felt bad because I felt I left a lot of people stranded due to my selfish endeavors, right? I felt like I wasn't getting enough money. I had to go out and keep up with the Joneses, what was trending. So I went out and did what I felt I had to do, which is an excuse. Anyway, so I made the reel, and the reel got a whole bunch of likes and views and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, people like stuff like this. Yeah. All right. So it's pretty simple. So once I realized, okay, this is what's hitting, I put other things up that were like maybe funny, maybe, personal training wise, working out, stuff like that. And, it got some traction, but it wasn't traction like when I put my camera right here on a tripod with a ring light and I'm talking to you. Yeah. And I'm telling you about my experience. Now it's people are tapping in more. Yeah. So over the span of a year, I went from 528 followers to like 12,200.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know
But
what I mean?
how often were you posting?
I post all the time, especially in the story. I use the story a lot to my
Yeah, I
advantage.
use the story a lot.
Yeah. On Instagram.
Yeah, I live in the story. Yo, so if y'all got on some social media and y'all not in our stories, y'all missing out.
Yeah, y'all missing out, man,
So
because love first is everything.
There's a lot of stuff I post in my stories I don't even post like on the page. So if you missed the story, you missed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
So I want to ask you, speaking of social media, right?
Yes.
When we go into your social media, it says, you're a tastemaker, marketing, advertisement. Before we get into the last two, I want to know what is a tastemaker?
A tastemaker is somebody whose opinion counts for a specific thing, product, place, whatever the case may be. So take this space, for example, right? Yeah. This space was created and things of that nature. I was asked, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Because my perspective is different from a regular civilian who's never been to prison. I see things way differently than the person who's never been to prison. Yeah. Because I know how it is to be without. So I can say, because, with, like I said, critical analysis, I can look at something and say, well, you shouldn't put that soundproofing foam on the wall that way because it's going to take away from the whole room aesthetically. Right? Yeah. In contrast, unless it's somebody who's deep into that stuff and they've been doing it their whole life, somebody like me can look at anything and just pick it apart. Yeah. So a tastemaker is somebody whose opinion counts. Yes. Overall.
Yes. No, and your opinion counts. I trust his opinion. So.
Let me tell y'all something. Yeah. This guy right here, K to Dawn, I was so mad. He hit me on a DM, and I was so upset that I didn't actually meet him at Summer Jam.
Yo, is that so?
Right? Because we were in the same place.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was curious to know how you guys met.
Yeah. So we were in the same place, but me being like, I'm sitting there like I'm working. Like I didn't get to enjoy the performances or nothing, but I'm working. I'm building social capital and stuff like that. And when he hit me on a DM, I'm like, how the hell did I miss you? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. It's just like, it's just a universal, connection. We're vibrating on the same frequency here. 100%. Right? And
you guys found each other.
Yeah. Well, he found me.
I had to, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, how did I miss him?
Yeah.
That happens, though.
And I actually was like,
events like that.
Exactly. And I was actually like branding at that time. Like I had the T-shirt for the magazine that I work for on and everything like that. The shorts. I had the whole fit on. So I'm like, how did we miss each other? But we're here now. Yeah, so it's a blessing.
For real. Speaking of branding, man, that shirt is fire.
Oh,
He actually showed the podcast some love. We got some shirts, so y'all already know. Where can they get that?
All right, so I have a T-shirt line called Hustling is a Virtue, right? Like how they say patience is a virtue. Yeah. So our saying is hustling is a virtue, hustling backwards will hurt you. Right? High Ave, it's an acronym. Yeah. They can go on, anybody can go on hustlingisavirtue.com. We have a website. Yes. We are on teespring.com.
Oh, nice.
Our Instagram is hustlingisavirtue_27 because that's the day we started last year.
Nice.
and they can go see all the products. We have different kinds of T-shirts, different names for them. So the T-shirts that I gave you guys, like we have dragon fruit, we got carrot cake, sour apple, peanut butter and jelly. And
Now I'm getting all hungry thinking about that.
Exactly. I'm a foodie, so I was like, yo, we need to name these colors after
You know me.
T-shirts.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like before I stepped into the building, I like faced an empanada, like I like shoved it in my mouth, and then I got some of the sauce just like all over my shoes, and I'm like, God damn it.
Oh man.
Yo, it's so crazy too. Her birthday just happened. We the two Geminis. We get a lot of hate from non-Geminis.
Yeah, but you know what? It's
whatever.
okay.
Y'all ain't getting no hate from me. I'm a Leo.
Oh, all right. So,
good.
yo, we all in the
Leo
air.
love stacks.
There we go. And,
You want the spotlight? We give it to you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, you know we like
you
that.
know?
and, yo, when she was having her birthday, right? I was like, look, the mandatory thing, just make sure you save me an empanada.
Oh, I did.
Right?
You had one, right?
She said, yo, I had
Oh, she
like
saved
5.
it. That's nice. I'd have thought she said no. I couldn't do it. I was starving.
I'll come. Just make sure there's empanadas there. Oh, man.
Probably the first and last time I ever do that because it was a lot of work. Like,
Yeah.
woo.
Oh man.
I came in the right time.
A lot of discipline.
Yeah,
Yes, a
man.
lot of discipline. Oh my God.
So those are the color coordinations
Yeah.
of the shirts according to the names of it. So like carrot cake is orange and green. Dragon fruit is pink and yellow.
Yes,
Sour apple is green and red. You know what I mean? Remind you of Annihilators and stuff back in the days, you know. So my whole thing is I studied marketing while I was in prison. And one of the things I learned about marketing is if you create a product where you can attach something that's nostalgic to it, to a certain demographic, they'll buy into it.
Major key alert. Y'all
Major
heard
key
that.
alert.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Mental note.
Yo,
And shout out real quick, shout out to my partner Dub C, man. I love you, kid. I appreciate you.
see, man, shout out. And literally that's why I really do these podcasts. One, I want to help you guys, but trust, I be rewinding these, taking notes, and while I'm editing the videos, I got a little notepad of keys to success, and y'all wonder how we keep growing and growing. I'm telling you, you listen to these episodes, the people that are talking, and notes. Don't just listen. Like, do notes. You know what I mean? When y'all come here, because y'all will really keep stepping it up. As you see, we in a beautiful studio in Harlem with the man that's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So follow these keys, man.
Major keys.
Yes. And shout out to Duce as well, right? Yeah.
Oh yes, shout out to my man Dren Starr, my boy Khan. My man Dren Starr is actually the brand ambassador for Duce.
Yeah.
So I want to send him a shout out. That's my OG.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's a pretty big figure in the game, and he also did time as well.
Yes.
He's actually iconic.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. But shout out to him. Shout out to Duce, my favorite, and all things that's Rock Nation.
Facts. Shout out to Rock Nation, man. Sponsor the tour, man. We going on tour. It's going down. With that being said, man, make sure if you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure y'all hit that button. It's
like
free
button.
to support. It's free.
Subscribe.
Why not do it? You know what I mean? If you ain't download the Love First TV app, download that app because the
What are you
whole
doing?
episode is there exclusively. So if you're watching this for the first time, most likely you don't have the app. Unless you're watching it on the app, then
Shout out to you. You in the loop. You loopy.
shout out to you. Now, when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to get his reaction and everyone's reaction on the new Drake album, the new sounds that's going on. And then we want to kind of deep dive into some keys to success when it comes to like marketing and advertising. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Here. Bow.
Man,
Wait. Hold on. I just came to tell you about something that's going to change your life.
man,
It's going to change your life. The Love First
where did
TV
you come
app.
from?
Man, that's how important.
Boy, you better say something.
What is important is the Love First TV app.
Boy.
It's available for all iOS and Android devices. It'll literally change your life if you want to start a business, if you want to get funded, and just be inspired. I got you right here. So all you have to do is hit subscribe and watch it change your life. Just don't hit me. Just hit subscribe. Yeah.
Don't cry when I come around. I wanna see you smile. Don't cry when I come around. I wanna see you smile. You could call me daddy, 'cause I'll always be here to hold you tight in my arms and protect you.
You can see Love First TV inspired me to begin my little dream. And the finance channel helped me get the money to start my little entrepreneur dream, which is this, as you see right here.
Hello everyone, it's Kwame Dickerson, aka K to Don. I'm the CEO and founder of Love First TV. It's the app that'll literally change your life. From our Love First podcast, where we inspire you, give out keys to success, our finance channel, where we teach you how to start up your business, get funding for your business, and a whole lot more. We have web series, comedy shows, game shows, the list just doesn't stop. And we have a bunch of tutorials that'll teach you just about anything. So all you have to do is download the app to your phone, your iPhone or Android device, and then from there you just pick a plan. It's only $5 a month. Or you can sign up for our most popular plan, which is our annual plan. You save 17% on that. It's only $50, that's right, only $50 for the year, and that's a one-time fee. So make sure you sign up and unlock your keys to success today. Love First TV.
Yeah, but seriously though, how'd you get into my house, man?
Yeah, I mean, that's not important.
Okay, if you say so.
What up, everyone? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell for the latest podcasts, music videos, and comedy skits. We got a lot more content coming your way.
We here all day, baby.
Yeah.
Drive to the channel, baby.
East Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. West Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. North side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. South side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. I'm still riding with my day cause I'm rockin' with y'all. Polk County, throw your hands cause I'm rockin' with y'all. Long Beach, throw your hands cause I'm rockin' with y'all. Throw some bread in